Hello and welcome back to our How to Win series in Brotato. Today we're playing the old and yeah, this is the 7th character on the list. We have already won with 6 characters and I am using the loot and there's no specific reason for it. I do think it is one of his best weapons, so that's pretty much it. It's very strong, right? It has luck and harvesting scaling, which means we can get a ridiculous amount of harvesting very early on, which is always kind of nice. I think the Peaceful Bee will actually be pretty good. Broken Mouth is always amazing of an item because you just get a ton of max HP from that. And yeah, the Old is an interesting character. Put really simply, you have a smaller map and you get less enemy spawns. That's it. You also have reduced enemy move speed, so it is technically easier to maneuver and like dodge enemies on this character, which means it shouldn't be that difficult for you to, well, dodge most of the time. That is the biggest upside. Though in general, I actually see his passive as mostly negative. That's actually pretty good. We could just take a turret. So a turret's going to be decent. Armor's going to be good. Some more luck I will take. But yeah, you can see, right, map size, enemies reduced. But the biggest benefit here is actually that we get plus 10 harvesting. That is the biggest benefit in my opinion. We're also going to look for some more loots because we want to have 6 of them. Perfect. So now we have 43 harvesting and 30 luck on round 3. So yeah, that's exactly why I chose the loot. You can get an insane amount of luck and harvesting very, very easily because all you need to do is get 6 of these weapons. And once you have 6 of them, you end up with, well, like 30, 40 plus luck and harvesting. So just going into wave 3, we can already have these pretty ridiculous stats. And since we have negative 25% enemy movement speed, again, it's very easy, like incredibly easy to just dodge everything. And something we can do, I'm going to reroll this. More harvesting is great. Reroll. More luck is great, I'll take that. I'm going to pick up both of these. Eliminate is going to be okay for healing. I don't really want to take these. Coupon is great, I'm happy to take that. Boxing glove can be okay. Ugly tooth can be okay. Baby elephant can be okay. Alright. And yeah, something we can do is just, well, just, okay, you know what? I confused myself. Anyways, we're just gonna take everything that looks pretty high value because overall the run is going to be incredibly easy. When you have this much harvesting as a starting bonus, it generally doesn't matter if you have reduced enemy spawns. We would actually like to get increased enemy spawns, if anything. That would make this even better because then we can make more money and get more XP. But even if we don't, this run is going to be very simple. We take all the good stats, that's amazing. I'll take some move speed, attack speed is amazing as well. We can take all of this, another one of these, both of these will be nice. Roll again, one more, nothing. Alright, let's keep going. I don't want to waste too many rolls there because it's going to be very costly just to see if we can find a single loot. Not really worth it. I'll save materials and then we can buy those items together. And then we'll have 4 open shop slots so we can keep rolling. But yeah, I did decide to call this series How to Win. I think that makes the most sense, because it's not necessarily a guide, like that's, a guide video is more so something I try to make easily replicable. So you guys can copy exactly what I do if it's a guide video. That's how I see it. If it's not a guide video, it's just me showing you how you should, try to win, how you want to be flexible when playing, then it's in this series, right? Because then I'll just take whatever I want to take to win, increase my chance to win the most based on my specific run, which you can't really replicate because all of our runs are going to be very different. So yeah, I decided that calling this series How to Win makes the most sense. I'm gonna reroll one more time for our loot. Okay, perfect. So we almost have all tier 2 loots already. That is really good for us, of course. The higher the loot tier, the better the passive becomes. And not only that, also the better the scaling becomes, which is obviously very important as well. We want to deal more damage. We just want to upgrade our weapons. And this is probably something that a lot of beginners, I believe, I've never coached anyone really. I have watched 2 people, or gotten 2 people to play Brotato in the past, and I noticed this, at least with those 2. I don't know if it's a general mistake people make, but I think a lot of people probably don't get enough weapons, and don't reroll enough. It seems like people don't like to reroll, like instinctually. Maybe they think it's wasteful, but rerolls in Brotato are actually really, really broken. It's very easy to just reroll every single round and have almost zero, well, get punished not at all for it. You can just keep rerolling and you'll be completely fine. Typically I wouldn't go for Claw Tree, but I think going for Crit Chance should be okay. Yeah. I was gonna say going for crit chance should be pretty good. The metal detector is interesting. It's actually worth less than it typically would be because we have reduced enemies, so we have less materials being dropped on the ground. Which means if we're doubling the value of materials, we're not actually doubling very much because we have 25% less enemies, or 10% less enemies, sorry. A little bit awkward, but I do think it is still going to be worth it. At the end of the day, metal detector is amazing if you have a normal amount of enemies, but if you just have slightly reduced enemies, it's still very, very good. Nothing to be, nothing to complain about, at least. Especially if you get it early on like this, wave 7, that's absolutely early enough to pick it up. And I did lock the baby squid, if you guys noticed. The baby squid is going to give us a ton of HP regen. Just every time we level up, we get some HP regen. That's going to be very nice early on too. If it gives us even, 5 HP regen, I'd say that's kind of worth it. Though, I'm expecting it to give us at least like 10. Piggy bank is nice. We don't need a sharp bullet. Some lifesteal could be okay. I wouldn't mind it, but I kind of want... Honestly, I'll just take max HP and harvesting nice. I'm going to go to pick up all of this and re-roll. It's going to be good. Damage percent for max HP. I will take it too. So yeah, let's just keep going. And yeah, like I said, I think a mistake people probably make is that they don't reroll enough. I noticed this with the two friends that I got to play Brotato in the past. It seemed like they didn't really want to reroll very much. Or like they didn't even consider that rerolling would be a good option. And they kind of just ignored the button a lot of times. So you should be rerolling quite a bit. And you should also be trying to upgrade your weapons, especially early on. This is very important. You want to upgrade your weapons in the early shops. This is like extremely important. You should not be buying a bunch of random items that don't do very much. You should be focusing on upgrading your weapons. That is going to be your main source of damage. Nothing else is really going to compare, especially early. Just getting a straight up weapon upgrade is massive. I kind of talked about this when in a video recently. I was talking about how like percents are very weird, right? So like going from a tier 1 to tier 2 weapon. Oh, that's really good for us. That's really good. I'll take that. We also get a ton. Oh, that's also pretty good. No, I'm not going to take it. I will take 3 armor though. I'm not going to take that specifically because we do have the hunting trophy. We want to make use of it, which means we shouldn't be losing any crit chance if possible. Cyberball's good. These two are going to be good. Yeah, if you look here, look at this tier 1 loot, right? Look at the passive. Enemies hit take 10% more damage for 3 seconds, up to 30%. 11 damage, 1.05 second cooldown. Now look at the tier 2. Nearly double the damage. The attack speed is faster. The passive is 66% stronger. Okay, but then if we look at tier 2 compared to tier 3, oh, well suddenly the difference is not as big. This is almost double. This is not nearly as big of a difference. So getting your weapons from tier 1 up to tier 2 is pretty much the largest damage increase you can give yourself. It's not even close. Just like, generally speaking, it is the most accessible and easiest way to get a ton of damage early on. Just getting your weapons, all 6 of them, and upgrading them to tier 2. Even if you don't get them to tier 3, that's fine. I do think most of the time it is correct to continue upgrading your weapons, but the impact, the percentage like increase in power is the strongest between tier 1 and tier 2 for essentially every single weapon. There are some exceptions because a lot of weapons get much stronger once you get them to tier 4. But the issue with that is it takes a lot more weapon combinations to get to tier 4. So it's very easy to combine 2 tier 1s and get a tier 2, right? That's very easy. But to get a tier 4, you need, well, a lot more. You need 2 tier 3s, or you could say 4 tier 2s, or however you want to put it. You need a lot more weapons to get a tier 4. So the biggest increase and most accessible one is just getting your weapons to tier 2. Massive damage boost. We'll take some harvesting. Lifesteal is very good. I'm gonna go... Wow. Wow, okay, we have 2 hunting trophies. It's been so long since I've gotten something like that, I'm in shock. I'm gonna take the leather vest. Armor and dodge are both gonna be good because we want to get the clover as well for the luck. This is a damage boost for us. We do lose lifesteal, but that is okay. Treasure map's very good. I will take a claw tree. We of course want more crit chance. Range and attack speed is gonna be nice. A whistle and a loot, perfect. Now we have all tier 2 weapons again. We are going to be facing an elite, as you can see in the top left, on wave 12. So we want to be prepared for that. And I have been taking the turrets, specifically because we have a tiny map. They don't do a ridiculous amount of damage by any means. But they do consistent damage, and they can help kill, you know, a few enemies here and there. Also, the main reason I picked up the incendiary turret, this one here, in that last shop, is because, well, if you empty the shop, you also get a free reroll. So I was just like, I might as well buy it. It's kind of like it's discounted, because we're buying it as the fourth and final item in the shop, which means if we buy it, we make our next reroll free. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like you get a small discount if you just buy the fourth item there. Like, you know, I might as well take the turret. It's not, like, incredible, but it's gonna do some damage. You know, a little bit of damage. It'll probably kill a few small enemies for us here and there throughout every single wave. And then it'll give us a cheaper reroll. So, yeah. Alright, it's almost 600 materials. Very nice. Recycle. We don't want to get any curse if possible. I'm trying to avoid having curse at all in our run. This is actually really good. We're not against the boss yet, so I can take that. More crit is going to be nice. I will take this, this, and this as well. Let's see. Move speed could be nice. I'm going to take the boxing glove. I think it's a little too expensive, though. That is not too expensive. 10% move speed is amazing. More harvesting I will also take. One more reroll. Armor and engineering. So this is an even better reason to take some more turrets like this. And a baby squid as well. Alright, nice. Let's go. So enemies do have a small speed increase here. We got to be a little bit careful. These guys with the white ribcage are, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous enemies in the crash zone. So like in Brotato. Yeah, they speed up over time, and if you walk into them, can I let you hit me? Look, minus 12 HP. And they will speed up gradually over time, get faster and faster, and then just start, or just constantly run at you. And that can be very dangerous. If you don't have enough damage, or enough knockback, then you cannot get them off you. And I would say just having enough damage is just so important. So this is kind of like a damage check. Wave 11, when you have to face these guys, is a damage check, in my opinion. So if you don't have enough damage, you will definitely realize that when you get to wave 11, and you have to face this. Yeah, these guys are very tanky. Because we're relatively strong, right? But you can see how long it takes me to kill one of them. It takes a very long time, yeah? Like, look at this. Alright. A dangerous bunny is going to be nice. Some more move speed I will take. Silver bullet right before an elite wave is amazing. Baby squid. Hedgehog for damage. A baby gecko. Not really important here. More max HP. That is nice. I don't mind losing a little knockback. I'm also going to probably want to take this. I will take a small fish too. And yeah, let's just go. Here we go. Okay, it is the butcher. So we just want to walk in more or less a straight line away from him. What you can do is actually do it around the edge of the map. In this case, now he's already phased. Okay, he phased. Now he's going to start doing random slashes. We just got to dodge. There's not much to like tell you guys, right? You just have to dodge. It's very simple. Dodge while trying to stay in range so you can keep hitting him. He mutated again. This is his final phase. So now he is doing 3 slashes very quickly over and over. Almost through. And that's it. Alright, easy. Took about 40 seconds to kill. It was a very slow kill, but when you think about it, we are playing a very heavy scaling champion, right? Or character. So we have an insane amount of harvesting, and we have a lot of luck. That means the longer this run goes, the stronger we'll become. And we just killed the first elite we were facing, so that means we're going to get only stronger from this point forward. Yeah, very good. We're going to pick this up, a lantern. I mean, it's not bad, I'll take it. It's just some damage percent, a bit of knockback. This can also be good. We have way too much range though. I actually don't want to get more range. I think crit chance is our best stat, or one of them currently, because we have the doubled hunting trophy that gives us materials when we kill an enemy with a critical hit. 171 materials gained, not bad. Piggy Pink, 2 materials gained. That's pretty pitiful. I'll take a little muscly dude. Medical turret I will take. More damage percent. I think I'll take harvesting. Damage percent is interesting. I think it's okay to take as well. A loot. Nice. Actually, I should have gone for the black belt first, huh? We can get the XP gain. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll leave the loot for now. It's okay. Max HP and melee damage. Anything that can give us more max HP is also going to be a pretty good pickup. Since this is, again, this is the How to Win series, so I kind of just want to maximize our chance of never losing. And if we never lose, we're going to kill the Wave 20 elites, or the Wave 20 bosses. And so our one job is just to stay alive. And anything that gives max HP is going to increase our survivability, plus it also gives melee damage, which is not something you want to ignore. Having more melee damage is a big deal. It's kind of easier to stack up luck and get damage that way when you're using the loot. But melee damage is not bad. It's fine. You know, it's completely fine to take. And losing some attack speed is not terrible. I'm okay with that. We definitely want to get more crit chance. Typically you wouldn't want to get a ton of crit chance when you're using the loot, just because this weapon doesn't have amazing critical damage scaling. But in our case, well, we have 2 hunting trophies, so we have a 66% chance to get bonus materials from critical hit kills. And that just means we need a lot of crits. I don't want 3% though. Anything better? Speed, yes, I'll take that. Now we're at 20% movement speed, very happy with that. Another coupon, a alien magic is really good. Ache is also very good. Cyberball, ooh, Sunken Bell, nice. We'll absolutely take that. I'm gonna take this and reroll one time. More luck. And yeah, let's just keep going. Wave 14. We have an elite next wave, not this wave. And if you notice these little guys flying around the map, shooting projectiles randomly, they spawn out of those big blobs. So you see here, I killed a blob, 3 of them spawned. Yeah, every time you kill a blob, 3 of these little guys will spawn. And that just means you want to make sure after you kill a blob that you stay near it and you kill off the little guys every time. Otherwise they're going to overwhelm you potentially by running around the map and just shooting projectiles everywhere. It can definitely be a struggle if you're a newer player to handle that. And if you don't have enough, well, damage slash tank stats. In our case, we're completely fine. We could kind of just ignore everything and be fine in this case. But we do want to kill as much as possible so we can get more money. Alright, nice. More dodge is not bad. More armor is also okay. I think I'm actually going to go for the dodge here. Talking about this, and this. We don't want to lose crit chance. We actually want to gain crit chance, so this is perfect. We could take a ghost flint. That wouldn't be terrible. It's a little late, but I will take it. I think it's still worth it. One reroll here at the end. Penguin should be nice. I could take this for the crit chance, but I don't think that's worth it. It's a little too expensive. And we gain elemental damage, which we don't care about. Okay, we are against the Mantis. This guy, we just want to slowly walk away from him like this. Just very slowly. And then once he phases, then you have to be a little bit more careful. He's going to phase soon. There it is. He starts charging here in a second. There's the charge. Just move out the way. Very simple again. If you're tanky enough, this is not a struggle. But what you can do is just kind of move behind him. And also try to get him to charge into the wall. This is something I like to do against any charging enemy. Get them to charge into walls and then kind of whittle them down. It's better if you angle it into the corner more. That way when he charges, he can't really move anywhere. We're almost through, and we're through. There you go. Okay, now we can focus on killing all the other things. Look how much money we just got immediately after killing the boss. Our money just shot up to like 400 instantly, and we're through. Nice. 700 materials in one wave, and we get a focus. That is some huge damage percent. We're very happy to get that. This is good. A bag is a little late, but I think it's still good. Ice cube can be good. I will take it. 3 more armor. Nice. A black flag. Okay, I mentioned this before. This item is great. We don't want to get any curse chance if possible. And also the black flag is just not worth it in my opinion. It makes your run significantly more dangerous. Giving enemies bonus damage is not a good idea typically. Pick a lumberjack shirt, treasure map, upgrade this. I'm actually just going to double buy and roll again. Greek fire could be good. Cute monkey is good. Speed and engineering, but we lose crit chance, so no thank you. And yeah, just having this tier 4 ghost flint means we are going to get some bonus attack speed throughout the run. And later, once we get to like wave 20, we can just completely replace it. Maybe with another loot, maybe with some other random weapon we find. But it tends to be a good idea to pick up, you know, random ethereal weapons if you find them in your run. Might sound weird. This is true for a lot of characters though, not just the old, but since we're on the old, let's say for the old. If you find like a ghost axe, you find a ghost flint, even a ghost scepter, you can kind of just pick it up and be happy to have it in your inventory for, you know, 10 rounds or whatever, or however long. Just one of them, you know? If you have one ghost flint, one ghost axe, that's great, perfect. And you're just going to get a bunch of free attack speed and damage percent. And then later on you can replace the weapon. Because the weapon itself is very weak. It's the whole, you know, permanent stacking stats that is good. We don't care about the weapon itself, it's just a very weak weapon. Low attack speed, low base damage, bad critical multiple. Like, it's not very good, stat-wise. We'll take the lifesteal. Recycle, more max HP is great. This is not good, we don't want to lose armor. Armor is one of the most important stats. Melee damage, take this, and reroll. Oh, wow. A regeneration potion. Okay. And an adrenaline. Really good for us. So we are really tanky now. Yeah, 28 HP regen. So you can see those baby squids are doing exactly what I intended for them to do, giving us way too much HP regen and making us unkillable. Also, you look at these beautiful turrets. They've just been slowly adding up over the course of the run. Now we have 4 of them. They're hard to notice when, you know, well, you're just like staring at my character or like something like that. But they have been doing a pretty good job of like whittling down the enemy numbers, killing the small enemies for us. They don't do completely irrelevant damage. Let's put it that way. I'm pretty happy to just have these random turrets sitting around. The healing turret here, the medical turret, is probably the most important of them though. Just because, well, if you get healed, that is a direct, like has a direct connection to your character. And that means you can play, well, you can make more mistakes, basically. Put it that way. You can make more mistakes and not really get punished because your turret can heal you back up. So in our case, we just have so much healing, it doesn't matter. We're also at 91 max HP. Recycle this. Bone dice. We do not need this. I'm just going to skip it actually. Armor and engineering is nice. I'll take the 12 harvesting even though it's very late. Coil is actually amazing here. We have so much knockback. Oh my god. And this axolotl, really? I don't want to exchange curse. That's not something I want. I'll take some more luck. Ghost Scepter, you are a little bit too late, to be honest. I can't really take you anymore. Cyberball will be good. It's dealt 21,000 damage so far. This is good. Metal plate is good. And keep going. Or we can send elite. Another charging elite. Okay, it's the Rhino. So same as the other ones, you can kind of just get him to charge into the wall. So we gotta be a little careful here. It's mostly because of these buffers. These guys with like the weird bumps on their body. These are the ones that buff up their teammates, so we have to be very careful with them. Anytime I see one, I'm just gonna kind of run towards it. One here. He's gonna start doing short charges now. Just dodging through, over and over. A lot of projectiles. Push him into the wall again. And he's down. Okay. Also, sorry if I sound a little bit strange. I am sick right now. So my throat is not in the best condition. But yeah. Hopefully it's not too noticeable. Oh, can I get this loot crate? Nice, we get the loot crate. Huge. Alright, 700 materials. Another pack. I will take it. It's pretty late, but I'll take it. I'll also take this even though we lose crit. Engineering and XP gain is great. I don't want to get a curse chance. No, thank you. 20% attacks would be nice. The crit chance would have maybe been better. Technically, it's an interesting option. I could take the Bloody Hand. We would actually get 16 lifesteal, which would turn into 32% damage. Or sorry, we'd have 18% lifesteal, which would go up to 36%. Yeah. I think that is worth it. We heal so much, it should be completely fine. Landmines are actually pretty good here. Baby elephant, more random damage is good. Let's keep going. I want to see how much our Ghost Flint has given us after this, so I'm going to check the stats gained on the Ghost Flint in a moment. Hopefully I don't forget. You know what, I'll just try to think about it actively for the next 40 seconds. That way when we get to the shop, I don't forget. And yeah, this is kind of what I wanted to do in my guide series. But you know, when it comes to a guide series, it's very difficult to play like this because this is very hard for a new player to replicate. But you know, when I tell you, oh, just choose this weapon, kind of prioritize these stats and this kind of thing, it's a lot easier to follow along and make it work easily as well. This though is definitely the, how do I put it? Probably like the optimal way to play, even though it's a lot more, it's not as replicable because you just play around whatever you find during your own run. You know, you might find something crazy that I didn't find, and your run might look very different because of it. That is so much luck. I'm actually going to take it. 9% crit. Can I get some more crit potentially? Lifesteal is also very good. I think the lifesteal is nice. It's also damage percent. Good for us. More damage. We could get rid of this weapon at this point if we find something better. Damage percent and lifesteal. Or max HP, I'll take that. Is Scarf a mammoth? Wow. Anti-melee damage, that's so much. Also, this gave us 23 attack speed, look at that. I think it's a little too late. We're just going to go ahead and take the wheat and wrap up the run. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. We can see some damage stats here, 26,000 here. What else do we have? Ooh, the bag. 165 gained. Dangerous Bunny 148 saved. What else do we have? Treasure map? 7 extra items found. That is crazy. 25 HP regen from the baby squid. You can see all of these items are really broken. 42,000 damage from the cyber ball. 810 materials gained from this. Recycling machine 319. And yeah, just so on and so forth, right? Coupon 1000. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's going to be the old run. Maybe leave a like and subscribe. Leave any comments if you want. Let's go ahead and do this. Wave 20. I'm gonna try to stack up the enemies here so I can hit them at the same time. I want him to charge into the wall. He's gonna start running soon, the Predator. Let's follow him. That's one boss down. And that's 2 bosses down. Alright, I will see you guys next time. And next time we will be playing the Lucky. So yeah, I hope you guys can watch that, but that's it for today, okay? Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.